Hi everyone, I'm Ben, and this is the Board Game Blueprint. This week, we're going to be digging deep into the archives to dig up some awesome footage of Protospiel-Denver, the first of its kind, at least that was held, I think, 2 years ago now. So let's jump on over to their tables next door and see what we have in store. And welcome to Protospiel-Denver. This took place in a quaint little, hotel area, which had a cool pond or pool in the lobby, which was nice. But yeah, here we are, welcomed in by Zach Hoekstra. And yeah, as we can see on the first day here, plenty of water to stay hydrated and plenty of tables filled with games already. So when I arrived, I actually was taken in or picked up by one of the local designers. So thank you so much for that, Ryan. And yeah, here we see a massage chair as well. So some local services provided in addition to everything else, which is a cool little thing. Yeah, I'm guessing that they had a little sponsorship too, which is something that, some Protospiels are picking up a little bit on, even outside of games, as we've seen. But yeah, there are plenty of games to play. This is Ryan's game, so we'll check back on that one in a little bit here. But yeah, the coolest thing to me about Protospiel-Denver, and that isn't Heather, of course, is going to be the intimacy of it. So being an outsider of the Colorado area, it was clear to me that, many of the participants or attendees and such were already knowing each other, which is very much true for any Protospiel event, but especially this one being their first ever. And it was so great to be able to witness that and share and revel in it. Hopefully I made a positive impression and will be welcomed back the next time around. So this is the, again, check-in table, as well as, quite a few games that you can win from Protospiel Bingo. Yeah, and this is was borrowed by my hometown, Protospiel Chicago. And as we'll see, basically as you play different games, and here's a breakdown of the different types, you score a bingo and you get to take one of those games home with you, which was either donated or, sponsored by a publisher, either local to the area or not. But as we know, Protospiel has no shortage of really awesome games, of course, in their scope as well. And this one immediately drew my attention, not just because it was designed by my friend Justin there. From what I recall, it was a dexterity saloon shootout, which was a lot of fun. You're throwing your bullets, and we had an awesome direct hit right there, if I was able to make it out correctly. So this one I unfortunately didn't get to play, but a few others of Justin's who I met at another Protospiel Madison a couple years back, were a lot of fun. Yeah, and always thinking of some really cool things. He's got a yearbook game, and you have like kind of pages with card sleeves and all these sorts of things. So yeah, here we are for day 2-ish, and games are being played, games are being prepared, and games are just being enjoyed by as many people, I hope, as possible. Oh, that's another thing that I'll mention, is that with the first year, and of course plenty of room to grow, we will see many of the same prototypes, and that's not just because the designers are very selfish or anything like that, but just because, with the sort of lower supply of them, there's the opportunity to get your game to the table more often. So that was a really cool thing, and I believe that many of the designers had played their games multiple times over the weekend and had them grow just exponentially, or their progress was expedited. So yeah, this is one such game by Andrew. We'll get back to that one, I think, in a few. I played it and had a great time. Super mind burner, deck building, and I think area control, which was absolutely bonkers. Or maybe it was engine building. Yeah, just super crazy. But we also have, this game here, which I didn't get to play. We will get to see it later. That seems, very kind of far along in terms of its development process and its visuals, which, is not a bad thing. In fact, we have kind of just the opposite, which I find is what Protospiel is all about. Any progress of game, any state of game, how far along it is welcome. And this one, looks like it's just about mini hexes and things. Basically, a a blank white board with pieces, but still very functional and still, yeah, maybe even getting the best feedback. So yeah, this is Zach's game that I got to play as well, and it was set in a kind of fantasy world, an ethereal will-o'-the-wisp themed game. But yeah, as we've seen, we also have some sci-fi stuff, and it looks like we're popping up to one right about now. Yeah, so here's a space one, yep, and I believe it had to do with fulfilling contracts of some kind, maybe some mercenaries and bounty hunters. So yeah, some beautiful pieces from TGC, and yeah, if we're gonna go on next door over to this game, which was about elves in trees setting up their homes and whatnot. Had a great time, loved the verticality and the three-dimensionality. Reminded me very much of the planet moon of Endor from The Return of the Jedi. But yeah, as we kind of are drawing into the second half of the convention, again, pieces everywhere. Using our imaginations to fill in the blanks is sometimes even more fun than seeing the finalized artwork, so to speak. But yeah, this one I believe was a little frog racing game, maybe some Frogger inspired stuff with lily pads. We have busy streets ahead. And then we are moving on to, let's say, yeah, another game that I can't quite tell, but we have different player counts is what I can tell you. 2-player, this one looks like it's 5 or 6 players, which is really fun and really cool to have that spread of experiences being offered and presented, being taught and played and learned and all that goodness there. Yeah, this one looks like it's a little bit more abstract. We got some teamwork going on, which is always a fun dynamic as well. So competitive games, cooperative games, co-competitive and such. And yeah, so we have Rob right here who had so many games to show us. I can't recall if that one right there, oh boy, his or not, but I remember he specifically had like a Lego board game, which was neat, and you're placing dice around. So an awesome mind, and he's an active member of the TGC community as well. Here we have, yeah, some very colorful characters on their phones. I believe all 3 of these were brothers, actually, whether they're logging some BGG plays or looking up games on Board Game Geek for references to offer for playtesters, or designers, excuse me, on their prototypes. And this is a very, very developed prototype, high fidelity, high quality, yeah, in terms of their pieces and their art was really reassuring. I think that attracted a lot of folks to that table, not right then at the moment, probably some kind of lunch break, but here's another one, yeah, with a really cool table presence, a circular board, and every player has their own little, maybe mushroom garden. That's another one of Ryan's that I didn't get to play, but looked really, really fun. And let's see, yeah, another game that looked really fun that I didn't get to play here is going to be, yeah, some piece pushing. And what that one is, unfortunately, I don't have. But I believe, yeah, as with any Protospiel online, many designers have the opportunity to upload information about their games. So definitely feel free to poke around and see that. I don't know if they have a log, a history of previous years and things, but if they did, that one just might be on there. Clearly, Matt Worden had done something in that giant player count game. So again, yeah, I really love the spread of the scope in games and experiences. Just really, really cool. Never really can expect anything great looks from anyone, and it's such a wonder to have your expectations exceeded and so many new ideas maybe of your own that are inspired by what's at the table. Yeah, so we have a few games there. That's Cassie and Ben and Sam, and we'll have a few more still to come. In fact, yeah, in the next few seconds we'll have a very friendly fellow here, but yeah, there he is again. Rob is everywhere, but unless that's not Rob, I apologize, Rob, if someone stole your identity. Yeah. We've got all kinds of fun to be had at Protospiel-Denver. And so yeah, we're kind of drawing to a close here. Some really, really smart people, some really, really funny people, and yeah, as things kind of draw to their final hours, we have maybe sometimes the best feedback when everyone is a little bit tired and a little bit loopy, coming up with some feedback for some just crazy off-the-wall things, just to try them out, you know, and give them a go maybe before the next Protospiel. But yeah, here at Denver, they also have swag, which is really cool, and clearly, as we can see, playtest with attitude, playtest with people. Playtesting is by the people. People make the playtest is the phrase I was looking for. Oh, I feel like I butchered it. That was my chance. But here we are, yep, as things, again, are a little bit emptier, a little bit quieter, a little bit. And we also have the TGC, as ever, parts table, thankfully organized by color here. Organizers of Protospiel, or maybe just some of the roaming around attendees and things. But here we are with a very successful Protospiel-Denver. Though we did have a bit of a gap here between its inaugural Protospiel, hopefully we can all get back to Denver very, very soon in the near future. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and click that bell icon so you can stay notified when the next video goes up. As always, I'm Ben. This has been another episode of the Board Game Blueprint, and together, let's build something great.